Is calling for a moratorium on new wind turbine development near the Iowa Great Lakes. That group, Dickinson County Concerned Citizens, says a Chicago-based company now planning a new project that would dramatically increase the number and the size of wind turbines in the area.
KTV's Matt Hoffman spent time at the Iowa Great Lakes, and he's digging deeper on this story. So, Matt, how did the story even come up?
Yeah, Jessica, a group of concerned citizens contacted us, worried that the new wind turbines would be an eyesore in the Great Lakes region. But they say the problem with this proposed project goes way beyond simple annoyance. Documents filed with the FAA show the breadth of a proposed wind turbine project in the Iowa Great Lakes area. According to those documents, Invenergy, a Chicago-based company, could build more than 100 new wind turbines towering almost 600 feet.
So to think of the horizon and what that might look like with that number of turbines in that area is just hard to conceive.
Chris Van Cleek is a member of the Dickinson County Concerned Citizens, or DC3. The group started to counter Invenergy's Red Rock Energy project. We're here at the public beach in Arnolds Park, Iowa. If you look out onto the water, across to the horizon, you will see wind turbines dotting the landscape. But the image opponents want you to think about is this. Imagine those same types of wind turbines, only 2 to 3 times larger.
They're going to be a lot more destructive coming into our town with the highways, the projects that are going to block our roads and make it miserable for our vacationers to come and visit and enjoy the area.
DC3 has a clear ask. Urge the Dickinson County Board of Supervisors to impose a moratorium on new wind turbine development. The county's Planning and Zoning Board has agreed to launch a subcommittee to explore changing the wind turbine ordinance. But DC3 members say the process to amend the ordinance will be slow. And proponents of the Red Rock Energy project are likely eager to get construction underway under the current ordinance.
And we're shocked to look at that map, that FAA map, and realizing if all of these projects come into our county, just the sheer volume of what that is.
According to DC3, Red Rock Energy project organizers are planning a public informational meeting on August 28th. That's from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Dickinson County.
At one time, when they built the plant,
And Dickinson County landowner Dan Wall says he originally agreed to a previous wind turbine project, though he did later back out. Wall says he would have been paid $5,000 each year for a 20-year period for each wind turbine built on his property. And he was later approached by another project which would have paid him more, about $12,000 a year. And he says there's a real financial incentive for landowners to agree to allow these wind turbines to be built on their property.
that was about 3 or 4 years ago. So I would imagine they've increased their price, but even at double the money, not interested.
While Wall ultimately rejected all wind turbines, his neighbor agreed to some easements, and that's left Wall's mother dealing with a flicker inside of her home. That flickers when a wind turbine temporarily causes the sun to shine unsteadily, irritating anyone inside.
So, Matt, how would the concerned citizens here like to see the ordinance amended?
Right, Matt. In Dickinson County, they say the setback is only about 1,200 feet away from homes. They say other counties like here in Woodbury require wind turbines to be at least 2,500 feet away from residences and also 2 miles away from incorporated towns. And finally, they're asking for regulations to prevent that flicker and to regulate how loud those turbines can be.
All right, Matt Hoffman, thanks for that. Meanwhile, as we continue this coverage, Invenergy didn't respond to our request for comment, but DC3 provided a letter from the company to the Dickinson County attorney. Now, in the letter, Invenergy said a moratorium wouldn't apply to the company because it's grandfathered into the current ordinance. The company says it has already invested $7.5 million in the project and that any regulatory changes would be, quote, very problematic. Invenergy says that once the project is complete, it will add $2.8 million per year in new tax revenue for the county. The company also says it will create 300 jobs in the region during the construction period and provide landowners a steady income by allowing the company to build wind turbines on private property.